What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Magia Young. Castle level is a 26, validated on this level 26 mage. Let's jump into it and take a look at what he's got. Alright.
Let's go to work.
So, Silence Trap and a bunch of ballistas. Looks like it's probably going to lead into something nasty inside of there. So I'm just trying to walk past it. It looks like there's only possibly 3 springboard traps, so I might be able to leap across that. If I bait out all of these ballistas, I might take like 1 hit of damage, but then I should be able to get silenced and actually just jump into it anyway. If I wasn't silenced there, I probably could have rolled across that though. But me and Silence, we don't get along, so... I don't even actually know where's the dampener. He's just sitting in that corner up there. I was like, why am I continually getting silenced? Alright, there we go. Alright, so that was the basic kind of a room that I have, but I think he set it up a little bit differently. He might have had it like backwards to the way that I have mine set up. But basically it's just a small area that you fight a Pete Poundmore defended with the Defendatron in. And it's pretty difficult. You usually don't want to fight it inside of here. It's usually better to try to get away from this room and then kite it into the castle more. But the springboards do make that a little bit more difficult. Alright, so this is an interesting room. So basically it has 2 of these rooms instead of the corner bridge room that I use. I like the corner bridge just because it gives a little bit more space between, like, the corner bridge, the actual hallway is a little longer, so you can fit more springboards and you can keep them a little farther away. Like, I think I could have probably volleyed into that room and pulled the group outside of it, if I thought about it. When I was standing outside, like, I could have went up against this wall and just volleyed inside and pulled the Pete Poundmore, because the hallway is not quite long enough to keep you from doing that. Alright. So it looks like there's like a Hungerbot type setup in here. Pre-open creation and pre-like Hungerbot nerf, I would have thought that this was going to be like an instant kill because of Hungerbots, just in general, like they would pull me into those fire mines up there. I don't think that works anymore, but let me see how it's actually set up to work. Like, let me see exactly what happens here. So there's actually a space here where I can just stand. I'm not sure if this was intended or what, but I have this like little space where I could actually headshot this Hungerbot. But I kind of am interested to see what happens if I do get thrown by this. Alright, so I'm kind of just able to get out of it. That's the problem, is with stun immunity and how it stacks, when I get hit by that first springboard, I still get some stun immunity off of that, and then when the Hungerbot hooks me, I stand up a little bit quicker because of it. And it doesn't allow your fire mines to actually hit me, which is a little unfortunate. I do wish they would, I don't know, bring back the combos between monsters. I think that alone would help the balance of the game, would help people come up with more interesting things. It used to be that you could like hook people through an entire castle, and that was fun when castles were like that, in my opinion. Just because it was easy if you dodged it, you know, it made the castle easier. There was an interesting level of balance, but I guess I won't get into that too much because I've talked about it before, and I don't think that those times are ever coming back anytime soon. So yeah, pretty good castle. We'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, next up we have Rey Marsupio. Castle level is a 24, validated on a archer. Let's jump into it, take a look. Alright.
Watch and learn.
So spike traps to start it off with. So that's kind of interesting. He was trying to push me back on top of that. Unfortunately, I saw it before it happened. This still might push me, but I'm going to try to just volley this down. Alright, so there we go. But the whole goal was to try to push me with 3 Hungerbots and the Cyclops. I don't think you need 3 Hungerbots all in one area, or maybe it was 2 Hungerbots and a Cyclops. I think you could get away with just the Cyclops and 1 Hungerbot, and that would work. It would do the same thing for you. I think if you're going to miss with one of the Hungerbots, you're going to miss with all of them, because their directions aren't like that big of a deal. Like if somehow you could put one in where this trap generator is, like in this corner, it would have two different angles coming towards you, and that would work a little bit better. But since they both have the same angles, it's not that big of a deal. Alright.
Goes down nicely.
Okay, so the main problem here was the Scorpio is kind of afraid of these mousetraps. That's just a problem with the game right now. Creatures are, like, big creatures are still a little bit too scared of these traps. They just won't walk near them for some reason. Like, if the Scorpio walked up here, I'm sure he could have, like, thrown his pinstrike at me, but it didn't happen that way. Alright, here we have an interesting room. There's a bunch of derps up there. And I'm pretty sure if I just stand right here, I can volley this over the wall and pull it towards me. That's the problem with having everything out in the open. It's very easy for me to see that. And now the derps are going to kind of like spring these traps for me. And I can just sort of stand here and pick them off. Although that's making me take a little bit too much damage. The best thing for me to do would be to come back here. And then they should start, yeah, coming out. I kind of expected there to be a Dr. Skull in here. With all of the derps and stuff like that. I guess that could be a high DPS room though. If you are surrounded by derps and you have a Defendertron or two guarding them all, it can add up to some amount of damage. Like, derps do high damage if they get close to you. It's just getting them close to you and making you actually stand there and take the damage is almost impossible. So I'm not sure how that room would work for you. I've never seen anything like it. If someone pulls it like I did, they'll have a pretty easy time though. Alright, so a pretty good castle. We will jump into... That's actually a really good time as well. I'm guessing you skip to the end of the castle. That's really the only way to get a time that's under 2 minutes usually, is to just run past everything, get to the boss room, and try to kill it as quickly as possible. But yeah, we'll jump into number 3, the last castle, in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have Leo the Grey. Castle level is a 28, validated on a knight here. Let's take a look, and hopefully I'll make it through without dying. I've been dying a lot to these level 28 and above castles. So I'll try my best not to die in this one. There's a Cyclops up there that I don't really want to hit. The best thing would be to try to volley it. There we go. I should get in the habit of when I'm doing castles to try to volley things from afar, because it makes the castles a lot easier. But then you don't really see what like the person planned for, like what they tried to accomplish. Like if I was just playing on my own, I would probably volley almost around every corner, as long as I had mana to do so. Because it makes it like something that looks like it could have creatures inside of it. Like this looks like there's possibly creatures up there. I don't see a bunch of fire mines. I just see like a difficult area to get into, and usually that means they want to keep you inside once you get in there. So, you know, most likely it was Stairmasters with a Cyclops pushing you back into the mousetrap and into the corrosive mines there. And of course I took a tick of damage on that. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. This could be difficult. This is one of those situations where I would probably run past this if I was doing this castle to try to get through it as quickly as possible and to try to like actually loot someone. I would probably run past this because it's really hard to fight this in this area. So most likely I would take less damage from the spike traps than the group itself. Alright, this is enough area where I should be able to kite this Pete Poundmore without taking much damage as long as I don't get stunned or anything. So there we go. So I have 1 potion left. Yeah, I don't know how you could fix this. Maybe if you... there was something that I did where I moved these up a little bit farther, and I kind of had like 1 spike trap in this area to try to like make this space a little smaller, because that would increase the Pete Poundmore's effectiveness. Although if you have a spot right here where you can stand and like shoot the Pete Poundmore, then it wouldn't work as well. So I'm not sure. This might just be the best that you can do with what you have. Oh wow, what? Oh my god. Did not expect that at all. Interesting. That is a ton of fire mines and springboard traps. Like, this is such a huge investment. Let me take a look at this again. God, that is crazy. So I guess I'm trying to think of how the, like, would this be the best way of doing that? No, that would just throw me on top of it. That throws me on top of it. Yeah, they all kind of throw you on top of it. I guess the easiest way to do this, if you notice this beforehand, would be to try to get stun immunity. Let's see if that would work the way I think it would. So I'm just gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna let this hit me a couple times. Now that I have stun immunity, I can go on top of it and get away, and that would probably be the easiest way to do that, not taking any damage. But I was not expecting that at all. I thought the springboards were just part of the floor. I didn't expect that many springboard traps. So when I looked at that, like, you can see it now because you see the normal floor and the springboard trap and where it starts. But back there, I was just looking at this and was like, okay, it looks like normal floor, and I just kept going. All right, and then another fire mine trap. I don't really care about dying at this point since I already died, but I'll see if I can get out of it. All right, so I did. And then the boss room, which has nothing in it. Alright. So yeah, your castle managed to kill me on that part. I'd be interested to see how many people actually die to that, because that's a huge investment, but I didn't see it at all. Like, I did not see that coming. Alright, so yeah, that was number 3, so we're going to end the video here. As always, if you guys enjoyed, do please subscribe. If you want to be a part of Euro Castles, even though it's going to take me forever to get to your castle, you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. Also add me to your friends list, and you have to be above level 20 so that I can do your castle. But that's pretty much it. I am going to update the list in the next day or two, and I think I'm going to start adding the date in which I update that list, so that when people check it, they know if they've sent an email after that point, then they know I haven't updated it yet, and they don't have to like email me again or wonder if I actually got the email or something like that. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.